Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Behind the Build. So, today's topic is a little bit more sensitive.
Oh,
Do you know what topic we are talking about?
I'll be a bad host if I didn't know what we were talking about.
Today's topic is about stress in Singapore, which can lead to a lot of things.
Yes. First is health problems. Secondly is, I think, unnecessary problems in the relations and decision making. Yeah, those are the killers.
So first of all is what is counted? What are the factors that amplifies stress? I mean, we all know what stress is, but what are the different factors? Because it is subjected to a lot of different factors.
You want the baseline answer, first principle answer? Okay, so stress is then something that you either have to do, but it's something that you haven't done before. I mean, it probably is, it can be something you've done before, but at a different scale. So it's that very uncomfortable feeling that you have to go and achieve or do to achieve. And everyone has that. But if you don't have stress, right, congratulations to you. I'm very happy for you. We all wish sometimes that we don't have stress, but it's inevitable.
No, but then in this case, is zero stress actually a good thing? Like, there are always sort of good stress and bad stress depending on how you put in perspective and how you actually use it, whether in your favor or against you. So, having zero stress at all, right? Does it also mean that your life will constantly just be
stagnant?
I just want to say something.
What?
We don't have the colored lights.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So now we have our lights back.
Yes. These are the stress lights. Add to the movie.
Yeah. So if there's no stress at all, do you think somebody's life is stress? Yeah, you're at peace, but it also means
Inevitable lah. In any other ways, like you can always be stressed about simple things like, what am I going to eat tomorrow?
is that really stressful?
Yeah, but what if you don't have the capability to eat tomorrow? Then it will be stressful.
But is it really stress, or there's this saying that if money can solve the problem, right,
It's not a
then it's not a
problem.
problem. Then it shouldn't be. You shouldn't be stressed.
But the
about it.
problem here is I don't have money.
So the only problem is if you don't have money.
You can't say that lah. If not everyone in the monastery would be stressed out lah and losing all their hair. Right? So that's not the case. Stress is always human created, either by yourself or by expectation. Okay, expectations technically is self-inflicted, right? Like,
Yeah, to some extent.
if people tell you to do something, then it's whether you want to listen or not. Like, do I have to do it? If I have to do it, then it becomes like, I have to change something about myself. I need to be somewhere. I need to do something. I need to say some stuff that I haven't done before, and it makes me uncomfortable. Stress.
But if somebody points a gun at your head,
Extra
Money or
stress.
your life.
then that is external stress on you, but it's not so much about self-inflicted.
Yeah, but you see the movies, like, come on, man. Shoot then. Shoot. Yeah,
Money
then
or
you
your
cause the
life.
shooter some stress.
Money or your life?
Yeah. You're
So-
asking me,
Yeah, but on your point, right?
life.
On your point, right? Having stress is good because it's what makes us grow. Like we use the lobster analogy, right?
Huh?
If you don't shed your outer shell, your body can't grow.
That's lobster man. I thought that's hermit crab.
There's a lot of what's the term? The cascade. Basically, those.
Crustaceans.
Yes.
Custard.
Thank you. Those with shell.
Yeah.
Not just for lobster.
Yeah. So the analogy is that
Lobster change shells?
They grow out. They have to grow out of it.
they have to mold the outer layer of the shell.
Oh. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about like hermit crabs. Yeah?
Hermit, that one is change.
Because you said change. That's why
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. So the energy is this can be used for us as well. If we don't get uncomfortable, we can't grow. Right. Without adversity, we are just a slimy little worm, aren't we?
Wow, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like all of us have the choice to go and serve army if our careers fail, right?
It's not too late, no.
It's not.
No, it's really not too late. Like,
It's too
I mean,
late.
if you have a degree, yes, your progression by right is supposed to be faster, but maybe not at this point in time. Maybe after
Runway very low, lah, basically.
correct. Like for example, some of my army batchmates who by now officers by now are already captain, serving whether in US or as a officer in charge for companies. Then after that, the war spec, the specialists are warrant officers. By now, they are already third warrants already.
Yeah. So can you give us an instance in your life where a certain stressful situation has given you tremendous or significant growth?
Growth,
Yes. Wait, it can't be all just down spirals, right? Okay, there has to be some growth. Or maybe you can share the down spiral as well.
Okay, the growth, the most prominent growth will be becoming more independent and sort of more mature in terms of my practice, which is interior design itself. You know, starting we always just want to design very beautiful things, don't care about budget lah. Like anything, if the client don't like this idea, client you don't know how to appreciate lah. But it's only now at this point after starting my own business, all this, right? Then you start to understand that budgeting and putting your service for the client to suit what they need, what they want, yet something that you are proud of is what to me is the most important now. That is the growth side. On the downside, the negative side, right? Stress to the point, right? Some of my friends, they know in the middle of the night, I always have when I'm very stressed up, especially tight deadlines, I have night terrors, right? At least thrice a week. So I always imagine, I mean, when I'm in my sleep, right, I'll imagine or I dream of black walls caving in on me. And I was trying to find the exit out of that black space lah. But the thing is, right, it's not just all dream, you know. What I see is a black room, right? And me trying to find the exit, right? But my body is physically standing up on my bed, in my room, walking around my room, right? Trying to find for the exit. Just that my eyes or my brain, right, sees it as a black wall. Yeah. Then there will be times where like I try to find the exit, so I will start opening curtains. Cause I thought that was the exit. It's only after a while that like when I start to see things more calmly, right? Yeah. Then I realize, shit, I'm actually in my own room. So sometimes, right, I can be standing up on my bed or kneeling on my bed, right? Yeah, holding my bolster, trying to fight an invisible snake on the floor.
Those are dreams, or do you actually physically end up doing that?
Physically. So I physically, right, yeah, I'm actually walking around the room like trying to fight or trying to escape, right? But my mind and my eyes, right, yeah, sees everything differently. So my body literally moves around the room.
So how? I mean, it sounds very scary, to be honest. So what are your coping methods for that? Because if you can't prevent the way you deal with stress, how do you prevent the stress then?
Give myself more timeline in terms of the project wise. And if the project is a very short timeline, right, then I decide on whether I want to take. Because yes, we are doing a business, but also at the same time, to me, I always tell people in terms of career wise, right, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So imagine we sprint within this 1 to 2 years, right, yeah, yes, you get somewhere, but you also get burned out very, very, very fast. So what's your only motivation, which is your dopamine or, or your only if you get a sense of reward, right, then you'll be like, wow, shook. But if let's say you don't get a sense of reward, right, then how? Means your 2, 3 years, right, you just chiong and then you burn out. Then that's it. But you still have the rest of your 30 years of your life trying to grow your business. So to me, I feel at this current society, right, yeah, mental health actually is very important.
Do you agree that everyone has different strengths when it comes to mental health?
The strength, you mean like resilience?
Yeah, resilience or even coping.
Yeah.
Is it intrinsic or is it something that can be taught? What do you think?
Okay, so to me, depending on the severity of things or your upbringing of things, yes, there are some unforeseen ones, like say childhood trauma or family dispute, family trauma. All this is very hard for you to grow out of it as you grow older because it's already inbuilt in you. But there are also some that can build mental resilience. Say, for example, army. Actually, army to most people, I would say, right, yeah, it's a good mental resilience building. Imagine your 24 km route march, all this, everybody shared, but everybody still walk. Why? Because you have your congrats with you. You have your mental strength with you to tell yourself, okay, I need to push, I need to push. Some people will, throughout the years, right, yeah, they will build their own resilience. Unless you have external factors, like say, mental disorder, sickness, trauma, all these, right, then I would say it's a little bit harder.
Do you think, I know army is one that they force you to build your mental resilience. Do you think that people after serving, they don't have any systems in place that helps them continue building mental resilience? And that is why the rope tightens around the neck and they feel more stressed out now than ever.
I believe so. I think in terms of mindset, also depending on, because not a lot of people see army as a mental resilient
Yeah, that's
building
correct.
place.
That is correct.
So if let's say from young you are already like sort of brainwashing yourself to say, you need to push through, you need to push through. Generally, army is a place where you build further resilience. But there are also some that, waste of time lah. I come here 2 years, just do basic. I won't give my everything to the army. What do you learn? You don't really learn much. So I think it's also based on individuals, right, yeah, on how they want to push themselves. Maybe some people's tolerance, right, is I'm just going to push for maybe say 1 month, or maybe until a certain level of tolerance. Then after that, I say I'm done. But some people are stubborn. I'm going to push and push and push until it's either I collapse, right, or I succeed. So
So in the past, I used to deal with stress very unhealthy ways. So you got the binge eating nonsense, right? When you're legal, you start to smoke, right? And then alcohol, all the things that make you feel
relax.
Now you can't use the word relax. It's more of
a different way, unhealthy way of coping with stress.
Yes. Then you start to that's the down spiral lah. You get weight gain, you become very unhealthy. You refuse to exercise, refuse to leave the bed. Then you just wallow in that spiral lah, right? For many days. And I know there are people who will just continue doing that for the rest of our life. But I think one thing that helps, right, is the discuss with yourself of who you have become, your wasted potential. Surprisingly, right, when that thought comes in, right, the stress just melts away. And once the stress melts away, right, you start to think clearer, right? Okay, I'm already here. I can't make a tremendous improvement tomorrow, but I can make little steps to get out of this place. Right? So, for example, you give yourself a goal of, I'm going to start eating healthy for the next, don't even give yourself time for the rest of your life, right? I'm going to,
That's worse.
I'm going to drink only when I'm happy, right? I'm just going to cut down the cigarettes because it's been like a metaphorical milk bottle that gives me comfort when I was younger, whatever it is, right? Yeah. So to me, this kind of thing should be a lifelong goal. It shouldn't be like, oh, when I make enough money, then I'll stop. It shouldn't be like that. And even stress can be managed on a daily basis, right? Just because I need to accomplish something, if not, I will die doing it. It shouldn't be taken so literally, right? You can't just give up the rest of your life because you are fixated on the goal. Right? So your daily marathon can be 75% you're running it. Then you take the 25% to wind down and quiet. And to me, stress don't really come from like the technical work itself, because a lot of our problems that we have all comes from the character and mindset of myself that caused these problems. So I realized the moment you can fix your mentality, naturally a lot of the problems just disappear. And that prepares you for the bigger problems as you climb bigger in your life, in society, in your quality of your relationships. That's how I look at stress. And there are ways it can be trained. It can be trained.
But I think it also requires a level of acceptance and zen to be able to tell yourself, let's not run the rat race and just accept what you have to do and face it step by step.
Using the same crustacean analogy, right? You need to break first before you can grow. So a lot of people haven't get to touch that breaking point and they give up already.
No, but I feel like the biggest problem, even for creative, is comparison. It's always the comparison that will always make us have that imposter syndrome, feel like we are not good enough. That is, to me, the huge percentage of why people or me will get stressed. Oh, are you also like that, or have you reached that level of?
Okay, so when it comes to comparison, right? I don't even talk about comparing like, what iPad model you have. Mine only Pro. Yours is
my screen bigger than yours.
Yes, I don't have these problems, right? And if you're older than me, more senior, right, and your achievements, there's no need for me to go and compare my achievements with yours, right? But I can tell you straight up, right? You're older than me, you have more things than me, right? But for the rest of my life, right, I can work doubly, triply harder than you, and I can go even further than you. That is the only thing that you have. You have the time, you have sweat equity, and you have lesser commitments that they do. So do something about it.
Side note, I'm not older than him.
Yeah. So I find comfort in the fact that I know I can do more, I can run further. You had your 30s written for you already. I'm not going to follow your blueprint. I'm not going to follow the footsteps that you did. I'm just going to dash my own way through and I'm going to move faster than you. That's all I know.
Yeah,
and you know what? And they respect you for it. Work ethic. They respect you for it. But everyone's different, right? And you're talking about that part, it's in a way it's considered survival mode. Right? When you're in survival mode, you can only think about that. I don't think at the time you can think whether your friend got Mercedes or G-Wagon or not, right? Survival. And you survive long enough, hoping that the people inside your family nucleus can also help to support and ease your burden. But it's the hope. The only thing you can have is hope, right? And of course, a clear plan. And you don't have time and room to complain at all either. I think a lot of our parents went through that. Yeah. So survival. Maybe you can ask them back then, right? Do they care if their friend got if they Nokia 5310? Nobody gives a crap, right? Like,
How hard your
like,
Nokia is.
yeah, right. Whether there's color or camera,
So
nobody cares.
So you think Gen Z nowadays, the stress comes from comparison of just materialistic
I
things?
100% agree. Yeah, everyone's trying to.
My question to him was, he thinks that Gen Z stress nowadays is to do with materialistic things. Due to comparison.
No, I feel like it's not materialistic things. Things that are too woke. They care too much about things that are woke.
I think they're not doing enough, so they start to care about things that don't matter a lot.
Like,
Okay, I don't know. I'm not surrounded by this kind of people. I cannot relate. Sorry.
Like, are we going to talk about suicide?
Okay. Yes. Okay. Cannot say the word suicide. You can say unalive.
Why not we just say, you just answer?
No, I just put unalive lah. Unaliving oneself.
Why you cannot just answer?
This is a lot of extra work, so you should just
No,
say life.
if you censor already, then a lot of people don't get the dark humor jokes I put in. Motivational quote of the day is
just
instead of
beep out, man.
Huh?
Just beep out.
Beep out. Beep.
Beep.
Then people don't understand what we're saying. No? Okay. So recently there's a lot of people who say because of stress they have led to external blame, right? So they are blaming everybody but themselves. So they lead on to like taking a knife and stabbing someone because of the noise. Or like because rejection of when the girl doesn't even know them. What's your take on that? Is it still stress?
No, this one is just
Stupidity.
I would not say that.
Stupidity.
But I would say it's more of, I think we won't know to what extent the human mind, the human brain. Actually, the human brain is so powerful, right? That if, like, let's say every day you tell yourself I'm stupid, right? You sooner or later you will become stupid. Right?
But you telling yourself every day that you're smart doesn't make you any smarter either.
I mean, yeah, but how you going to take action after you tell yourself that you're smart is another thing lah. So, I mean, we don't know how the brain works, but in that case, right, what actually went through in that person's mind? Maybe the guy has some mental illness or can't fully think sensely.
Okay, wait. I have to ask a question. Because we touched on the topic on mental illness, right? So now a lot of people are using the excuse that because they are mentally ill, therefore they cannot do a certain task. Or they are trying to get out of it because they are mentally ill.
I think on both questions that you pose, right, it's a lot about bringing.
I don't think it has something to do.
Let me explain. Okay? For example, when you were a kid, right, and your friend take your sweet, right, take your pencil case, right. Yeah, a kid wouldn't know what to do. Of course, the first reaction is flare up.
Yeah.
Right, and then teacher, he took my thing.
Oh no.
But then the parent will step in and usually they'll say, just because you're angry doesn't mean you can hit someone. Right? So it always stems from that. So violence should be quelled and taught at a very young age that it's not appropriate to handle conflict with violence. Right? Secondly, what's the second one? Stress. Then?
Do you think, but okay, back to the first one. Do you not think that society has a big part to play as well?
A bit what?
A society has a big part to play to this because think about it, like all the games, the shows. Okay lah, granted the parents allow it, but you know, you as a parent can only have so much control over your kid. So them watching this kind of videos and stuff like that, it's not something that you can really control.
Okay, it's not so much about the exposure, but it's about breaking the connection of settling things with violence and conflict. It's about severing that connection. It's not so much about exposure. I can tell you as a kid, I used to watch a lot of murder, crime, fighting.
How old were you?
3, 4 started. You didn't make me a Street Fighter, what? See?
No, but okay, do y'all see the news article about this China girl? She rides with the father and the other classmate. No, like the father drives him and the other classmate to school every day. The classmate ended up stabbing her because she got better grades than him.
Yes. Yeah, I read about it.
The hell is going on?
About it.
Yeah. So, like, this has nothing to do with upbringing already, what?
Yes, you don't beat your kid. That's what happens.
So you're condoning violence.
Yes. You see, we don't have multiple stabbings, but we have multiple shootings in a different part of the world where they don't beat their kids.
But then again,
School is not a shooting range.
That, on the other hand, I feel it's a different factor.
It's like clicker training, right? You do a good...
Oh my god, you what dog ah?
You do a good job, right? You get a reward. You do something bad, you get beaten up, right? That used to be the strategy, right?
Was that ever a successful strategy?
And it works.
Did you actually... Okay.
Did it work or did it instill fear in them?
Yeah.
What is that? At that age, pain or pleasure is the only way to measure and...
Oh, I highly disagree with that statement.
Give them the idea of how things should work. Like, even if you fight in school, doesn't matter whose fault, everyone gets beaten, right?
So you're telling me that... Okay, so that means you're condoning that in the situation that the person does something wrong, I can just take a 藤条and beat the person. I'm just going to take a cane and whack the person. That's exactly what you're saying.
From parents to child.
Yeah, but the thing here is this instills a mentality in the child, especially at a younger age, that it is okay for them to hit someone else because they don't know. They don't know, man. That's what they see at home.
They cannot hit someone else. They hit someone else. That's why they get hit by their parents. So I said, parents have to teach.
Yeah, but the parents always hit, then talk logic. Then the kids are not going to listen, what?
I listen.
We are in a different generation.
There are parents who have never hit their kids.
Gentle parenting.
And they generally turn out relatively...
nicer. Less traumatized.
Yes. because I think the method that they went was, even though they were very young, right, but they already talk logic. They already try to make the child think of his or her own consequence and how he or she actually felt about.
Yeah, but there are instances where the child's like, no, I don't agree with you. I don't want to listen to you. And then what's the solution to that? Lock you up in a room.
But the thing here is everybody has their own opinion. Even a child, they are going to have their own opinions.
Yeah, to me, like I said, from a very young age, violent tendencies have to be severed away from negative emotions.
Okay, but there's a lot of people like the uncle who did the stabbing. Okay? He didn't have violent tendencies when he was younger. So what is the cause of that?
Stress. Build up stress. Imagine you got conflict every single day with your neighbor, you also dulan.
But they are kids, they cannot do anything. And then you...
Okay, so put yourself in that position. Will you have stabbed them?
No lah.
Will you have stabbed them?
It's a bit extreme to be stabbing.
But...
No.
Because we are not in his perspective, right?
No, but you stab already, right? Then you go and tell the kids it's because of you. That's why. How would you feel if you were in the kids?
I mean, nowadays, Singapore, common sense are not very common anymore.
Yeah lah, common sense not very common lah.
Nowadays, you can see all the Facebook, TikTok or what.
That's why there's such thing called Gen Z stare.
You see like two uncles,
trying to learn how to do it.
60-year-old people fighting at the hawker center. Come on.
I mean, you got stabbed. Does that mean that they are stressed? No. I don't think a lot of things has to... Okay, build up stress is one thing and how to cope with it is another thing. But these people are blaming it just because of mental illness, like graping a kid. Okay. You know what's grape, right? Just take the G away, then you know exactly what it means already. Okay? Then they blame it because I'm mentally ill. What the fuck? Or like the NUS student a few years ago, just because he got good grades, he got away with upskirting.
I mean,
because he did it out of stress. What the fuck?
I mean, the infamous Amos Yee,
Oh yeah, he's coming back, right? He's coming back.
can just keep him in US. Like. Just keep him in the asylum is fine.
You just go, as part of the Singapore society, we do not wish to receive this package.
But if he's coming, given that if he's coming back, he will still continue to serve his sentence under defaulting.
Okay, but do you think this is because of stress?
No, that one I feel like from what I know, he's actually a very smart
He's very smart.
kid, but maybe too smart for his
Own good.
at a very young age that he doesn't know how to
Use it wisely.
use it. Yeah.
Then is this really the parents' fault already?
And I mean, whether he already has that pedophilic tendency since he was young, that one nobody knows. Or it could be along the way it translated into that. But how much can you actually blame the parents or
Moral values. That is the thing that can be passed down.
moral value?
Morals.
But is it across the whole child's life, or is it only at the very start, the foundation?
I can only tell you.
I think it's usually the foundation.
I can only tell you
lah.
the foundation. And let's just say you did something wrong. Then I visit you in prison, right? In the class. You're not allowed to do this. You shouldn't do this. Whatever. That's the most you can do already.
Yeah.
So that's why I said the success of knowing whether you have passed that moral value on down to the next generation, right, is when they have a similar situation in the future. And what is the path chosen?
Okay, then for those who are too stressed and then results in them doing self, and or yeeting themselves off a building.
I think it's a lack of outlet. They do not know how to regulate their stress that pushes them to that extent. Right? It's like how I asked you just now, how do you
No, okay, but then
regulate it?
let's say that they have enough outlets, but they blame other people for not caring and concerning about them.
They say they have enough outlets, but it's not effective, right? If they're still doing it.
No, I feel because unaliving themselves, it's something that has been
Going
on for many, many years. It's just that because recently with all the woke culture, social media, news reporting on social media, all this, it becomes very aware. And everybody who uses phone on any social media platform, you will be able to see. It's the same as violent games, GTA, all this, or reading the news about unalive cases. Naturally, I would assume that it will bring on that mentality, right? Oh, so that is an outlet. And if you have tried all the other form of outlets already, right? But you still cannot get that satisfaction that you want, then does it mean that is the only outlet? This whole thing, right, is based on the fact that you haven't reached the stage where it becomes mental illness. That is a whole different game. Depression on its own is a whole different thing that I am not trying to push aside or neglect. This what we are talking about in terms that at a very early stage, because of school or what, right? Just because of maybe say PSLE result grade, right? Were they actually clear in their mind or mature enough to decide maybe going down isn't the best option?
Talking about PSLE, I feel like a lot of parents nowadays don't realize how stressful it is for a kid when they post the kids' grades on social media.
I got 14.
Yeah, because a lot of parents, especially in Singapore, right, their kids are trying to be content creators because they see everyone doing it. And their parents are also content creators. So because of this, right, they go and post their everyday life on the internet. And everybody knows what's happening.
Yes.
I think that's quite dangerous.
Correct.
To begin with.
So then there's then there's grades, then there's comparison that people think that they are not good enough for their grades that they got. So they start posting their grades like, oh, I got 23. I honestly don't know how PSLE grades work now. Yeah, I got
I had 214. Yes, people around me were sad, but was I? No, I'm very happy. Got into my first choice school. I think that's good enough for me.
Yeah, I also got-
214 to me is like quite smart. Already.
Okay, for context, last time used to be 300, right? Upon 300, right?
My cousin got like 25 something.
Yeah, yes.
I
I
think-
think so. Hey, you at least had a 2 in front. Mine was a 1.
It's okay, it's okay. I'm sorry to my younger brother, but he only got 153.
Yeah, then I'm sorry better.
He only got 153. His cutoff point was 15.
We're not hearing your score. We're not hearing your score. Say it.
Oh, you want my score?
Yes.
264.
See?
Score
I got 264.
264. Yeah, my grade was a disappointment, but I was happy because
At least you go into the school you wanted, but the thing
at
is,
least I
a lot of kids feel pressured by their parents because other people's parents post it on the internet, right? So the kids feel pressured when their parents go, hey, you see other people get this score, how come you don't have?
No, wait. Okay, for me, I think my parents were much more disappointed than I was in my score. I'm very sure. But we made the best out of it, like, where you go to school, make new friends, different cultures, so what? Just go there and you never know what you'll find there. And
Oh, better than mine.
I found the love of volleyball. I played the game very well. I liked it. Found my first girlfriend there also. Okay, if I never went to that school, I wouldn't have enjoyed that part of my life there. And
Do
shaped
not
who I
learn
am
from
today.
him.
So it's so,
PS disclaimer.
so the thing I want to say is like, just be happy with what you get, and don't let like everything.
But I feel like a lot of
Categorize
things
you,
right
like,
now
you know?
is due to society comparison.
yes,
It's not
all
really
comparison.
much on the foundation of how the parents are parenting anymore. It's due
Yeah.
to the society stress that we are
Yeah, so I
getting.
look at my friend, right? Oh, I go ACS. Then I'm like, okay,
I'm sorry.
very happy for you. That aside, very happy for you. But we're gonna have
ACSI or ACS?
both.
That's very important.
They are both lah.
That's
They are
very
both.
Got difference.
Got difference, very different.
I said I have friends who went to
No.
either one. They are both.
I know.
But am I going to compare myself? I'm not. I'm not.
No, as in like the guy who went in, that one that said, hey, I got into ACS. ACS or ACSI? that's the important part.
One is with money or not.
No, one is smart. One's actually smart. The other one is questionable. lah.
I think I have friends who did some like pre-affiliation to the school also lah. So no matter how bad their grades were, they could have went in as well.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of schools with affiliate.
Yeah,
I also went in a school that had affiliate.
yeah, both single sex school.
I'm sorry lah, I know you're gonna say something. I can see it from your face already.
Say it.
Offend everybody.
Say it.
What's your thoughts on single sex school? More stress, less stress.
Anyway, moving on to the next school, we get the chance to do better again, right? So it's not the end of the
Okay,
life.
wait.
Just continue.
Answer
going
the question.
not-
You're from a mixed sex school. Same sex school, more stress or less stress?
I think we grow up faster lah.
In mixed sex.
In the mixed school.
We learn boundaries
Because
very early.
another
At a
gender,
close proximity, we learn boundaries. Learn how to be a gentleman quite early. Yes.
Okay, that one I won't deny
lah. Okay lah,
that.
that's why I
Yeah,
agree.
we know what we can do, what we should do, what we shouldn't do at a very early stage already.
Maturity,
And
yes.
It doesn't
but
make us like very keen to climb over the gate of the girls' school to climb in. No, we don't have that.
Not desperate
Yeah,
enough.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
because not desperate enough.
Yes,
Not
yes,
desperate
yes.
enough.
It's not like we're all like having a sin fest in school. No, don't have. It's just like normalized. Not normal. Everything is normalized. Yeah.
But single sex school, we know how to have fun. Have fun while we can.
Well, you can.
Not that kind of
While
fun.
you can.
Not that kind of fun.
Wait. Why is there a time limit on it?
Because secondary school is only 4 or 5 years, what?
Yeah. And not
That's
that
where
kind.
that's where the stop of the same sex school already, huh?
Yes. Then after that, once reach poly or JC, right, that's when you see everybody's hormones need to tone down a bit.
You can see the hormones roll. Like, you know, the heat.
Mellowing out already,
the
I think.
heat
At the
wave.
age.
No.
No. Imagine single sex school.
That's like the peak.
The only opposite gender that you had at that time,
Was
The
your
cleaners and the
your
teacher.
teachers.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's a whole fetish on its own. But
Yeah, it's let's not go down that rabbit hole, okay? That's so bad down the rabbit hole.
no, but I do agree.
Okay.
No, I do feel that yes, societal comparison is one, but the way parents support the child is
Okay.
also another.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because a lot of parents, right, traditional parents, will just go, everybody also got stress, what? What makes you so special?
You can't put that on a young kid lah. I mean, when the kid's older, then I think that's totally fine. But as a young kid, you shouldn't do that.
I think even as a...
I don't even think you should.
Yeah, I don't think that statement should ever come out
Yeah.
If
in
you're
society.
30 and your parents tell you that, it's okay, right? It's very normal. But if you're like 14, 13, 12, that is
No,
definitely you
even
can't do
when
that.
you're 30, right? The reason why you're telling this to anybody at all is because you want some kind of
Yes.
affirmation
Yeah.
from them. That's why they're telling you what you will become an outlet to them. What?
No, you say, imagine, let's say,
Oh, don't give me that smile. I know what you're thinking already.
Yeah, we're all very different people. All three of us.
imagine
No, I'm just saying in general.
you come and tell me your life sob story.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example,
Okay, wait. I know.
uh,
It's like you tell me at 2 a.m. I'm lonely, and then I just tell you, boo-hoo, then I end the call.
no, then okay, then after I tell you, say, bro, you only 2 a.m. lonely. I lonely my whole life. You then at that point in time, you'll be like,
What is this comparison?
I'm just trying to share my story, but you dismiss me. Then I just want somebody to be able to
Comfort.
talk to me or just be
A listening ear.
Yeah, you also feel a bit dismissed. So imagine that shrinking down all the way until 3 to 4 years old.
Okay, wait. I think cannot use this like that. He very work oriented, so he must use work as code. So it's like, for example, you go for a tender, and then you're like the 小教 inside of all the 老教
Then after that,
新教.
or 新教.
then after
Sorry.
that, all the 老教 right say, lah, don't need worry lah. Anything you don't get, you so small.
No,
you just try other thing.
it's not even the 老教 that tell you, it's the tenderer that tell you, your company so small, so new. Don't even give you the opportunity to try.
I think you two of all people should know, right? The more negative the comments, right, the better I perform lah.
So you know how to divert your stress.
No, because
Yes.
he diverts his stress by drinking. Do not learn.
that's the outlet.
Yeah, that's his outlet. So that's how he diverts his
So it
stress.
cleanses the negativity, flips it around, and refocuses it back.
Yeah,
Magnifies back.
Okay,
Whether is it good?
If they watch the previous episode on why I say Singapore men are like more like because also right of this problem.
What?
Or overcompensate?
No, they get too stressed, right? That their brain mentally tells them that they have to cry about it. Then because of how society tells them, men cannot cry. Then they
Okay, there's a reason behind that, but please continue.
okay, continue first. Why?
Okay,
Why
the
is
reason behind that is because you would know no one's coming to save you. Your friend
Yeah.
has his own problems. Your family has their own problems. Who the hell can care about whether you feel hurt if someone says your shoe not nice, not Nike, not nice?
No, but that is very trivial.
Yeah, but people who have this pattern of blaming, right? Small thing, big thing is the same
Yeah,
pattern.
but there's like a lot of people everywhere in the world. It's like a 90% of the population. So they choose. So I have to say this, 90% of the population now, right? Of all the world, instead of dealing with stress, they just go down the rabbit hole of deluluness.
And entitlement.
That's exactly what I said at the start, right? Like, does it affect your life? Does it affect how much you earn? If yes, it's going to be a problem. Do something about it. If not,
They're not going to do anything about it. They're just
yes.
going to
So you
dwell
see-
in it.
So you see the lack of a purpose or lack of a direction, lack of something to do, lack of action is what makes you more depressed. I don't talk about the mental illness, I'm just saying more depressed than before. Because if you don't do anything, you won't be able to achieve anything. And what you want is the reward, like you said. But you want to reward something that you made for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so people turn to playing games. Right? I killed this boss, I got this loot. Wow.
That's why there's the game of the boss and kill your boss. 100 ways to torture your boss.
Yeah. But instead of going for the things that actually upgrade yourself, right? They're just going for the things that rewards that just disappear, and then this depression cycle starts all over again.
Yeah, then after that, they go down the rabbit hole. I'm not good enough. No one cares about
I
me.
tell you, I had a friend also just broke up at that point of time. he's a mess. He's a wreck. You know,
Not you.
cannot even upkeep his. It sounds like me.
Yeah, that's how the kind like.
It sounds like not you.
Can't even take care of himself properly. Then very inactive. Then always waking up very late. Then I say, don't be an idiot. Stay over at my place. Bring your sports stuff. Tomorrow we go for a long ass run. Then we will do some work together. You know, just hang around me and positive people, and that kind of thing helped him.
You see,
out of
that's
that
an
hole.
outlet. You go and hang around people.
Yeah.
So when I come to you as an outlet also, then you come and dismissively tell me, then it's also an outlet, ma.
Okay, so I understand that having a good support group is great. It's great, but I know a
They're
lot of
not
people.
permanent.
I know a lot of people who reject the support group and say no one is there for me still.
Oh, I have so
Then
many.
that one you're just closing yourself.
Yeah. So she has the
Yeah.
examples of people who are like that.
Because
Oh.
yeah, I do. Because like for example, they are same stressed, right? Then they don't want to go to you because they feel like they're troubling you. But they want you to,
Approach them.
yeah. Then when you approach them, right, they're just gonna tell you, nothing happened. I'm okay. Then when things happen, right, and then they start crying and shit goes down, right? Then they're like, no one's there for me. What the fuck, lah?
Yeah. So for me and that certain friend, whenever he say don't want lah, I say no, get your ass out. Let's go. Keep forcing him to the point where he stop fighting with you, and you can see some changes. Then you know, fly, but you're free to go.
Fly, bird.
No, so previously you mentioned that, you know, why males don't cry
Should not. You
or
mean?
should not cry,
Yeah,
right?
Should not. Yeah.
But you see what you did for your friend, you were there for your friend. Like, no matter how depressed, clinically or not, whatever that he was going through, you were there to pull him out. Yes, he can or he should not cry in front of the world.
Yeah.
Or in fact, whether he does or not, honestly, now at this point, I don't think much people actually cares. But at least you were there. So, yes, people don't care. But as long as you have a close circle of friends who actually care, he want to cry in front of you, sure. But no matter what, right, he should always have a support of friends, a close friend where he can lean on and just be a listening ear. I think it's good
Wait,
enough.
I have a question. You all said guys don't cry, right? Or shouldn't cry. But what if like people pass away? Is it showing a sign of vulnerability to you all? That's why you all suggest?
I
statement
can use
come
a
around.
recent case study. My cat died. I cried lah, but when the people start appearing, I just can't lah. I cannot open up to them.
Oh,
It's just
I think it is.
do you think it's a sign of vulnerability? That's why.
yes, because I know these people, like my vulnerable state, right? They do not take to it very well. So I know these people are
Will they use something against you? That's why.
yeah. So generally, right, in this world, if you show your weakness to the world, not everyone will look at it like, okay, this guy need help. Actually, a lot of them will just shun you away, right? Like, hey, he got problems, stay away from people with
Or
problems.
if not, there. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
I think dare is like, I don't think a lot of people dare now. A lot of people uses this vulnerability as like a knife against you. Man.
Yeah, they use it against you.
Yeah. So that is why I said, like correct lah. I mean, if you're in your close circle, I think that's fine because we're all supportive, right? But not everyone out there is going to be supportive, and that includes your family and your loved ones. Unfortunately, not someone who's related to you by blood can be a safe space either.
But I mean, speaking about being unalive, actually it takes a lot of courage, you know, to take the leap of faith down.
Okay, how I can look at it is like, you say it takes a lot if you have a lot to lose. But if you have nothing to lose and all to gain, then I think it makes the decision so much easier.
Do you think so?
I agree lah.
That if you already have nothing in this world,
Okay, I can't say that there ultimately is nothing in this world unless you're really an orphan lah. Then I'm sorry for you lah. Then you really got nothing lah. But then ideally, it really it piles up lah to make the decision to have the leap of faith also. To ultimately think that only taking the leap of faith is the only solution to your problem.
I don't know, I'm on the fence for that.
Why?
I mean, we will never understand
what someone's going through.
what someone is going through.
Entirely, yes, correct. But that doesn't equivalent to, I mean, okay, I get it why you wouldn't take the leap of faith. Would you?
No, never considered.
Never considered. Okay. I guess I'm the only one in the room that have that. Oh,
Yes, then please share.
I don't know. There's a lot of things that led up to why I decided to want to take the leap of faith in the first place. Because ultimately, right, it's not really nothing to do with like having friends or family that's like holding you back in a sense. But like a lot of trauma happened in order for that decision to be made in the first place. Because like if the trauma continues and you're just going to live your life in that traumatic cycle, then what's the point of continuing to have the will to live? You eventually will lose the will to live because it's like a rinse, recycle, repeat.
Because you can't see a way out.
Correct. Because there is no way out because you keep doing the same thing. Like everything that you have tried to try to fix the problem doesn't work. So ultimately you're just going an endless black hole. Or
I mean, that I agree because I have a friend or had a friend. She was already the whole family already knew that she was depressed. And then she did seek help with her family, and the family gave her all the support that she needed. A few years down, everything was bad, but after that she quit her job, and then after that she decided to say, let's just travel and enjoy. So she got better for a while. After that, I think she got another job, but after that, she also, I can't remember the full story of it, but basically she did tell her circle of close support, family, friends, everybody knew, everybody gave her support. But after so many years of trying, right, she still went. Yeah. I mean, I will never fully understand what somebody like that is going through, but I think it really takes a lot of courage.
I think because a lot of depressed people, like with really like diagnosed depression, right? There's a lot of overthinking that goes in your head. And then there's anxiety also. If you have these two combination of GG, like medicine's not going to help you. It's just going to help like you sleep at night.
Yeah.
It doesn't really cancel out the thoughts. And then there's a lot of overthinking, and then there's a lot of people pleasing that comes into play of this also. So especially in the working world, right? I feel like the stress also comes a lot from the company because you have to keep people pleasing. And as somebody who has depression already, they have a tendency to the higher tendency for them to fail, the stress of them failing is given on themselves. It's the pressure that they put on themselves because they are afraid to fail and disappoint other people.
Yeah. So I think in one of the hardest point in my life where I felt like whatever I do from now, whatever I work for has been taken away from me. Whatever hopes and aspirations that I had just evaporated, right? And starting from zero at that point of time felt like an uphill battle. But there are times, of course, you feel like giving up. But I told myself, I'm not going to give up because I haven't achieved what I wanted to yet. Right? So I'm not saying this is a solution to mental health issues or depression. Yeah, but I think having a goal and seeing yourself improve day after day, month after month, year after year, that reward just sparks a fire and it just keeps you going,
But nonetheless, we are also not dismissing the fact because of mental illness, mental disorder.
Honestly,
traumas.
those who have, right, should seek help lah.
If help works, right, I wouldn't thought of my friend's father also just leap of faith thing,
Honestly, I think a lot of IMH needs to do a better job. I have to say this lah because my friend recently went to see a counselor. Because it's not cheap to seek help. Okay, so the help that they are able to pay for is usually counselors, and anybody can be a counselor nowadays. literally you just have to get a diploma, self-study, then tada, you are a counselor. And a lot of these counselors that IMH are like horrible. They are like 50 years old, 40 years old, come out of like a failed career, then thinking that they can give people advice because they have gone through
Life coach.
Correct.
I think counselor, right? You just need one person that can get along, that you are willing to listen. Like I got hired the best A-math tutor in Singapore, but the guy fired himself after my first test. Because I did them badly. But after that, I went to another tuition center. This guy is an expert at, say, chemistry, but he taught A-math on the side. But I was very good with him. So both chemistry and A-math went up together.
Yeah, it's like a
But he's not the best guy. He's not the best guy. He looks very nerdy, but somehow I just want to listen to him. So maybe the counselor thing is about finding somebody you can who resonates with you, or at least
but a lot of
understand you.
IMH counselors are like that because, okay, to be fair, they don't care about you. They're just there to get paid. They're just there to listen to your problems, but they don't actually care for you. So when people like with people depression or any sorts of mental health are trying to go and seek help, right? If you're going to someone who doesn't care for you and they are just there because they have to be there, it kind of like defeats the purpose and makes me feel even shittier after the appointment. You know what I mean?
But from the counselor's point of view, don't you think, I mean, yes, it's his or her job, but don't you think that
They signed up for it.
Yeah, but imagine sitting in a room just on a specific day alone, right? For example, 10 patients or clients. You know how much
Mental
they
load
must be able to
Yeah, but if you sign
compartmentalize.
Correct, but the thing here is you signed up for it, you are the one who took up the job for this. And then if you're just going to be like, 哎呀，我吃的盐比你吃的饭还要多, then don't be a counselor. I'm not here to care about your past life story. I'm here so that you can listen to my problem and tell me, actually, right now, right, I don't know how to organize my feelings and my emotions. In your perspective, what should I do? I don't care about what you have done. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't trust a counselor who has 10 appointments like that and able to let go. Because they're not empathetic, right?
Correct.
Only someone who's empathetic will feel tired after listening to your story and trying to help you out with it, try to offer you suggestions or activities
But
or
that's the
new
thing.
habits.
A lot of counselors
but if
are
they
not
can just
empathetic.
listen and let it go, you can tell they don't really care about
No, but
you.
it takes a lot on their own mental health also. It takes a toll on them.
Sure.
That if if I have, say, maybe not 10, maybe 5, but if I character build on all these 5, right, and feed off the energy, right,
That's where you learn how to have to
draw
the line.
compartmentalize things.
Correct. But if you don't know how, then this is probably not the job for you, because even if you're doing like nursing or in that sector also, because people come and go, and when you're like having a patient and stuff like that, and they suddenly die on you,
you get too attached.
Yeah, correct. You cannot get too attached, but you have to have empathy. And if you cannot have empathy and there is a certain level of narcissism to these counselors where they believe that their life story should be, everyone should listen to what they have to say. Then I only have one thing to say to these kind of counselors. Life coaching is for you, not counseling.
So I wonder where these counselors go for and manage their stress. What do you think? Does anyone know anyone personally?
No. But
this kind of narcissistic one have they go to bars, right? Then they just find a random person who's willing to listen to their story. Then after they just keep talking. The poor bartender has to keep listening to their damn life story, and they'll just rinse, repeat.
That's what they say, right? Don't date people who are healers and fixers, right?
Why?
Because, right, everybody, okay, especially people pleaser, they have this tendency where they believe that they can fix you. So they will just sit down there like, the guy cheat on her like 3-4 times already, okay? Or like in the midst of cheating, I can fix him, don't worry. What the? You cannot do nothing. You're like still stuck with them, It's like there's nothing really much you can do. They're not going to change. The saying goes, the leopard doesn't change its spots.
So we talked about how stress has affected someone, affecting other people, stress affecting someone, affecting themselves. We talk about how stress can be used in a positive way. We talk about how far negatively a stress can affect you. And we all know we can't eliminate stress. So,
There's coping mechanisms, lor.
coping mechanisms.
But healthy or unhealthy?
Healthy or unhealthy, that's a decision that you make.
It has to be, even if it's unhealthy, make sure it's as minimal as possible, right?
No, even if it's unhealthy, as long as you can control and you know your limit.
Control.
Like for example, your coping mechanism, not healthy, but I'm calling you out for it.
Right?
Drinking. But at least you know when's your limit. You know when to stop.
Yeah.
But some people don't know. He knows when to stop. He knows when to stop. That I can say he knows when to stop.
Generally, I think I'm quite productive in my work. So it doesn't affect me in that sense.
No, but he gets driven by stress. So stress for him is like healthy in a sense.
Yes.
But most people who don't know how to deal with stress and starts leading by drinking, that's when they become an alcoholic.
Unhealthy.
Correct. It becomes unhealthy because they get too drunk and then they either harm themselves or harm people in the way.
Or like they go like random weird outbursts, right? Like
Correct.
crying, like picking fights with people, being rude, very aggressive.
That's the outlet.
That's horrible.
No, then that shouldn't be an outlet anymore. That's not a coping mechanism anymore.
Correct.
Because you're bringing harm to other people.
So like I told you, one way I deal with it was only drink when you're happy. Don't drink when you're affected by these things. If not, it gets amplified, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So that's how I deal with it. At least if it's unhealthy, less unhealthy. Yeah.
Not that we condone it.
Yeah. But less unhealthy. Like you know yourself the best. So I realized like one way of coping, like I mentioned earlier, is to take responsibility of more things, right? Have a purpose, have a goal. And when you have more people in your life that you have to be responsible for, I don't know, naturally you focus on what's important and you don't tend to mull over these minor emotional inconveniences that come into your mind. Like, oh, this guy said something very insulting to me. Yes, you can feel petty, but let's not act on that pettiness. Like, you focus on the important things, right? Mental health of the people around you, make sure everyone's got enough to eat, make sure we have room to grow. I think generally, if I can achieve that on a daily basis, I am the happiest I can ever be. Everything else is a plus, right? But if I don't achieve that baseline I set for myself, a little bit disappointed, but we still come back tomorrow and make sure the days from then on will be much better. So having a goal to work towards helps me eliminate most of these things.
But also at the same time, learning to be able to take things day by day, step by step. And not be like, shit, I didn't accomplish this today. I'm such a failure.
Yes.
No, but it's more of, it's okay. Today, if I never hit my 80%, it's okay. At least I did 20%. And 20% tomorrow, never mind. I'll continue to be able to hit my original 100. If can, go 120. If not, sure, whatever amount that I can, 60, 70.
I mean, just like how failure adds up, right? This kind of thing also adds up lah.
Yeah, success compounds no matter how small it is, right? And a lot of people are very surprised. Like if you keep doing this every day, 1 year you'll be a totally different person. I can't even remember how many times I've probably changed within the past 5 years. It's multiple versions of me have died and evolved.
So people should look things more positively lah. Don't only see all the failures that adds up. There's also success also adds up lah.
Give yourself a mission. Like for example, last time when I was very depressed, I was thinking, what is my purpose in life? Right? I've done everything the best I can. Why do I receive all the worst things? I'm better off dead. Right? Okay, so never mind. Having that mentality was probably, I think, was a few months. But then I start to question in the spiritual point of view. I start to think, I start to talk to people around me. I'm like, if I left this world today, right, it wouldn't matter because I had no effect on your life. And then this friend of mine just popped some random thing that I said to her, and it's like, that is how you changed my life. And I'm like, what? Our minimal interaction had such an impact. Then you start to think about if someone who is not that close to you benefited from, well, I wouldn't say benefited lah, right? You have made impact in their lives. Imagine of all the other things that people don't say, but you have done something for them. So then again, the purpose of life I found after that is to make sure I get to elevate the people around me.
Mm.
Right? And they always say like happiness is like a candle, right? If you light other people's candles, yours don't get any shorter, right? So then
Shorter.
I start to live life that way.
Technically, it does.
Yeah, lor. It's like, I think it's like it doesn't get burnt out. I think that's the thing that you're trying to.
No, okay, yeah, but I think I read this somewhere before, or I heard this somewhere that you just, as long as you influence, if you want to be an influence, as long as you influence positively on one person, then you have actually succeeded.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the KPI I give myself. Make sure every day I light people's candles up. And then there's a lot of people ask me, how come you got so much energy from morning all the way to the night, then start early in the morning? I haven't light enough candles yet. Let's set this place on fire. Yeah. So that helped me go through it, manage it, and yeah.
I think people just need to learn how to be nicer to other people.
Yeah.
I always tell like people around me, right, that not just for Singapore or in general, right, the world will never be 100% nice.
Yeah, but
place.
I think the world is starting to become a very hateful place.
Yeah, but as long as everybody, right, yeah, I feel just
Be a
have,
little nicer.
just try.
Correct.
Everybody just need to try a little
Guys,
bit. Right?
being
Actually,
nice
the whole,
is free.
yeah, the whole place, the whole world, right, yeah, will actually be a much better place.
If we have lesser Karens out there, the world will be such a nice.
Shall we?
I started making more friends named Karen, so I can't say that. Can't say that on the podcast.
Well, the people that I know that are Karens are also named Karens.
This carrots, that's a mindset. lah.
It's just a mindset
cannot
they are born with already.
Yeah.
Heritage since birth. Why so quiet?
I'm still very surprised about the night terrors thing, man.
Yeah. Until now, I still have it.
Oof.
Yeah, I see. You see, it takes lights and cameras for you to be able to open up to me about these kind of things.
You never asked me.
Well, how on earth would I know? Hey, how do you deal with it? How on earth would I know?
I suggest an episode of Truth or Drink.
Wow, this one.
This will be a very interesting episode.
You will never know anything from me in this episode.
Okay, if you are interested in an episode where it's truth
Because
or dare,
Peter doesn't drink, guys.
Drink, truth or
Yeah.
drink.
truth or drink,
Yeah,
Yeah.
drink.
just
So if you don't want to say, so he asks you a question and if you don't want to share it, you have to drink a shot.
of water.
No, of alcohol.
Okay, if you are interested in the episode, comment.
Yeah, comment because Peter doesn't drink, so must comment.
Yeah,
I want to see the episode
No
happen.
way I'm going to drink again.
Okay, so thank you so much for watching today's episode on stress and how it manifests around us. And if you have a story you'd like to share with us, we'll be more than happy to listen, and we might share with the rest of our audience also.
If they are
And if you have
comfortable.
any other like strategies on how to manage stress, you can leave it in the comments and we will take it in. We also would like you to like, share, and subscribe, and catch us again at our next episode. We will be going down to Suntec City this weekend, and we'll be doing a move around episode, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So have a good one.
Thank you.